the state of Washington is just a portrait of George Washington on their flag. It's kind of amuses me somewhat.
Yes, it amuses you.
Just me, not you?
Just you, yeah.
You don't have any strong feelings?
No strong feelings.
Ms. Washington?
Stay there.
Oh, baby. You hit me in the feels with that every time. You know that, right?
I do.
Despite the fact there are a lot of aliens in LA, they come to LA in planes, so you don't see their cars with their out-of-state plates.
I'm assuming so, because
whereas
like
here,
have you not
you see a lot of out-of-state plates, Idahoans, Oregonians.
I mean, I also saw Oklahoma, where that's a little different, but
Oklahoma.
In general, like, you haven't noticed that? I don't like for LA to have so many people in it that aren't native LA.
Yeah.
I was gonna say LAians because you have that in my head.
Aliens.
But you would think you would see more, drivers with license plate from other states. Which I don't feel like I see that a lot.
So I wonder, like, what the proper usage of that term is. Are aliens people living in LA that aren't from LA, or are we aliens because we came from LA, but we're not in LA right now?
That's not. Now
we
I
must
can't
seem like aliens to the people of Sequim.
I can't think of what it's called now, but you have me like all confused because you keep saying that word and it's throwing me off.
It's a fun word though, right? Aliens.
If you say so. Okay, do we want to go straight?
Like and subscribe for more wordplay.
Do you want to go this way?
Yeah, we can go this way. Sequim Trading Co. Hurricane Coffee.
Is that the same place? They have like 3 different names.
Oh. I don't know.
But remember, like, when you looked and typed it in, it was like one name, then it actually said something different, and that says something different. Lavender and Herb Farm.
Ooh. Heather Creek. Cottage living. Flowers, found objects. That's interesting. Look at all those lavender blue.
Yeah, it's a lavender and Herb Farm.
Cedar Brook. Yeah, there were a number of lavender farms. It's too bad we're hopping on that ferry at the end of this evening. If we were in the area more, we could go to where they have like fields of these blooming. We drove by one earlier. Here's the Rain Shadow Cafe where we just spent about, what'd you say, 3 hours? 4 hours? 3.5 hours? Something like that. We were there until they closed. We were literally the last people in there. They had to lock us out, kick us out. Wonder how good that Sequim kebab house is. Sounds like it could be really good. What was it? Sequim kebab house.
Oh yeah, that does sound good. Look at my shoe.
Look at the art on this guitar.
Look at that chair. That rocking chair looks really nice. I'm guessing this is some kind of
they really like lavender here. There's definitely a lot of placemaking activity happening here.
What do you mean by placemaking?
Like they're trying to make it feel like it's really a place in its own right by having these like.
That sounded very convoluted in terms
by having these events, by having the art walk, by creating that map with like this foot walk, like 4 different walking tours that people could go on. You're making it seem very
curated. That's not the sense I get from this. It just seems like they're a community. Like when we were at the coffee shop, a lot of them knew each other. Like I don't know if you. Oh, I was in line. You weren't. But he was like, he's there every day. He's like, you're this. And he's like, yeah, you're gonna get this or whatever. So it just seems as if there's lots of opportunity to get together. It's more so what I'm taking it as. Because based off of what you're saying, it made it seem like it was a convoluted, curated thing where it just seems like, no, this is us just trying to celebrate as a community.
Yeah, but I guess I see those things happening, these busy little bees, as there are people in this community that are making conscious attempts to further strengthen and build the community, which is a lot of places, a lot of small towns you go to don't have that.
Yeah, but
that really makes a place. Thing. Well, I'm not saying it's a negative place. Like, placemaking is positive, I think, generally. Like, it's a good thing. But not
the way that you're saying it, like placemaking as if they're like being very like contrived. Like, that's how it came across
mean,
when you said
there's
placemaking.
every-
Versus, like, oh, it looks like they have a lot of community, like, building kind of, like, get-together. Placemaking seems like, you know, when we go to Highland Park and you're like, oh, this is over the top. Like, you know, like, oh, these hipsters.
I mean,
like, you had that tone.
Everything has to have a certain amount of contrivance, right?
That's
in
what
order
I
to
mean.
be created.
You have this thing about, like, whenever you feel a certain vibe, you feel as if it's like, I don't know, you give off a sense that it's not authentic, and I'm like, no, this is what people like. You just don't like it.
I mean, I don't know. Anyone who's watching this besides us in the future, why don't you comment below? Who's right? Who's wrong? Am I?
It's not about who's right, who's wrong.
Well,
It's
whose side?
No.
Who wins the points?
That's not even what I'm talking about. It's a pattern. They wouldn't know that.
Maybe if they watch enough of our videos because they liked and subscribed. Also, Ideal Real Estate, in case you want to come to the city of Sequim and swim it up. Thing that kind of defines your region. So much so that even the local CPA and accountant doing QuickBooks and support and training. Oh my God. Look at these. They got the bumblebees in here. I think that's the most number of bumblebees I have seen in one place at a time. Look at this. There's all bumblebees in here. There's not one European, Eurasian, Eurafrican honeybee. It's all bumblebees. That's awesome. Genuinely awesome. Because more often than not, those little bumblebees, they're getting outcompeted by the domesticated honeybee. And that's like a nuance in the whole discussion about saving the bees that doesn't get visited enough. You know, it's the native bees that really need the help a lot more so than the domesticated honeybees that are a crop and are farmed by large farmers and apiaries and, you know, a whole industry. But those guys are responsible for a lot more of the pollination, seed set in the native ecosystems. And they were going bonanzas on all that lavender. I mean, there's more lavender there.
I think it's more so like, this is what our city's known for, our town's known for, whatever the case may be. So let's lean into that. Let's celebrate that. Let's have that as a way to, like, bring families so they have things to do with their kids, all that sort of stuff. Versus,
well, I guess I do wonder, like, if it's, you know, if like local government or, you know, if like City Hall had some kind of like commission or.
And you see, this is why I'm smiling, because although you said the word placemaking or whatever the case may be, I knew this was underneath all of that. That's why when you asked them, they're like, is that bad, audience? Yes, no. I was like, they don't know you enough to know, like, what all that encompasses.
But that's not bad or not.
No, it's not, but
like,
you're making it seem as if that's the only reason why. That's usually what you go to first. Is instead of people just being very interested in doing this from, like, a place of, like, oh, this is fun, this is cool, let's do this. You're like, I wonder if this was commercialized and commoditized, whatever that word is, in order for the city to bring in money.
Be clear, there's nothing wrong with a small town trying to build up its personality, its identity,
you just be judging
in order to make itself more marketable and attract more people to it so it can grow.
Yeah, but you'd be judging when people do that. You're like, oh, look what they're doing.
Well, I mean, it's just what they got to do, you know?
Yeah, but stop being Nancy and judging it for it.
Look at the different varieties of lavender here. Like gray, deep purple, because even though there's color on the petals, this has color on the petals, it's also deeper in the blooms themselves, and the color in the foliage. That's pretty cool. Also, this wild grass, wild grass said no You will not suppress me, lavender. I'm popping up. I'm popping up. It's another one. It's another variety. This one's like white. Ooh, Tracy. Gotta smell this. I'm curious to see your reaction.
It has like a mellow lavender taste.
Right?
Yeah. What were you? I mean, it smells like lavender still.
Yeah, but it's still very different. It's like more perfumey in a sense. It's sweeter. Yeah, I think it's sweeter compared to that purple.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's still lavender, but it just has like a higher concentration, I guess, of the smell.
I wonder what the terpene analysis would look like. What Dr. Mark Lewis would have to say about that. This plant breeder I used to work for.
Well, didn't say that.
Oh yeah.
Don't assume that people know. I didn't know.
Plant breeder I used to work for did terpene analysis on plants. Yeah. Like what the variation in terpene profile is between different strains of lavender. Because you could detect it there. It's very subtle, but like pronounced once you really pay attention to it.
But